Salutations everybody, it is Matty here today. I am not using my usual office setup for this video because I'm going to be checking out PS Plus Premium in today's video, the Game Pass Killer as some have called it online. I wanted to give it a look. Normally I'd take the whole system to my office, but the PS5 weighs about 8,000 pounds, and while I'm going to the gym now, I've only been doing it for a couple of months. We got a ways to go before I can lift something that heavy and take it all the way to the office, set it up to record, bring it all the way back. Plus I got that 4K visual recording. Anyway, y'all probably don't care, but that's why we're here using a little bit of a crummier microphone for this video. But what we're doing is taking a look at PS Plus Premium. We're gonna try out the streaming, we're gonna take a look at the classic games, the game trials, and just kind of take a raw look at everything it has to offer. This is my first time diving in. As many of you know, I've been very busy with Starfield, with the Xbox coverage, so I know this dropped earlier this week. I haven't really had a chance to get a good look at it. This is my first time looking at not only the classic games offering, but the full game catalog and just seeing how this new system is set up. You know, first and foremost, I want to say I really do like their general layout of the catalog, classic games, trials, streaming, monthly games, very well organized. But let's start off with the catalog. I'm curious what they have as a library here, because to me, oh, they got Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. Okay, you know, to me, one of the things that I was wondering is, you know, they said hundreds of games, and obviously those will be added over time. But what do they have off the get-go? And oh, they got Fallout 76. Really interesting. I didn't expect that at all. Let's see here, what else do we have? Okay, they got South Park Stick of Truth. That's probably from the Ubisoft Classics. Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2 Remaster. I just played 10 for the first time on Retro Rebound, so that would have been useful. So it's looking, oh wow, this game is actually relatively new. Apparently it's not that great. Bloodstained, that's nice to see. Final Fantasy 8 I was gonna play for Retro Rebound, so check that off the list. That's good to see. So far, not too bad. Final Fantasy 9, please do yourself a favor and play. Gravity Rush 2. Ooh. Ys 8. Okay. I'm actually kind of liking this so far. Not that I expected something bad. Just I'm definitely impressed with some of the offerings here. You know, I wonder if this is going to cause the... Oh, Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires. That's one I never tried. The reviews weren't great for it. So that's cool. That's one I'd want to get around to. But what I was saying is, I wonder if this is going to provide that sort of Game Pass choice paralysis that that service gives me. Shenmue 3. Man, I remember the disappointment when I read those reviews. I still have yet to play it, and I love Shenmue 1 and 2. The Messenger. That's a good one. Okay, so Final Fantasy, yeah, there's a lot of Final Fantasy here. That's kind of cool to see. Caligula Effect Overdose, that's a really interesting offering. As you can tell, I'm really gravitating towards the JRPGs here. You might be able to tell what kind of games I like. But overall, oh wow, we can just keep going. Yeah, there is definitely some, yeah, I don't want to say shovelware disrespectfully, but like, I know Battle Crashers is pretty bad. I've played it, unfortunately. I know like this one, Vikings, Wolves of Midgard, not good. Tour de France. So yeah, there's definitely, what? Are you kidding me? No way. No way. Oh my gosh. Wow. Even Game Pass hasn't thrown that one in yet. Wow. Ooh, Child of Light, that's a great one. Tearaway, nice to see that. Yeah, there's some really good ones. You could just keep scrolling. I'm very impressed by how long. This is the Police's one that I've tried at PAX one year. I'm very impressed by this library in the scheme of things. Like, is it amazing? No, but Mighty Number 9. Damn, they got some really bad games in here. I just gotta say that. They got some bad ones in here. I'm definitely into a lot of this, but I think if you don't like JRPGs, you might be kind of disappointed. And yeah, again, like, what is this? Marvel Puzzle Quest? Like, they definitely have some games in here. Mahjong. No disrespect to that stuff. Is that Mighty Number 9 over here? No, Gal. Oh boy, that's disrespect. Gal Gunvolt Burst. But there are definitely some games here that are, you know, lifting up that game catalog number that they boasted of, like 700 games or something like that combined across all services. Yeah, I think 400 of them are, of course, okay, we're at the bottom now. 400 of them are, of course, in here. Zombie. Yeah, you know, I never played the Wii U version, but this is one I've always been curious about. Okay, so the catalog itself isn't really too bad. I don't know the full classic games library, so that's what I'm really curious about. Oh, Jack. Okay. Ape Escape. Okay, so some of these are the, like, Dark Cloud. That was the PS2 to PS4 program they had. So they've carried some of these over. Star Wars. Okay, so they have all the Jak and Daxter games. That's really cool. Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Okay, so we see Aspire here in the mix. Yo, what? This was real? Does this have trophies? Download. Download. Yo. Yo. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. If this has trophies. Oh my gosh. Yo. Okay. Okay, so we're going to give that a look. That's going to be the first game we try. Resident Evil Director's Cut. Hey, that's new. Siphon Filter. Nice. Okay, so I think this was added recently. This seems... Oh, yeah, it says release 6/13/22. So, interesting. Okay, so classic games offering has potential. You know, Oddworld is great. Y'all know I'm in Oddworld Soulstorm, so I'm a little biased, but also I grew up with Oddworld, so for me, like, it's awesome seeing that. This is a huge surprise. Toy Story 2 is a great video game. I'm stunned by that one. Obviously, this is missing some pretty key titles, but there's a lot of potential in this. I can see myself sinking some real hours into this. There are some weird omissions, like there's Wild Arms 3, and then there's Wild Arms. Where's the second one? I feel like, because I know Wild Arms 3 was in the PS2 to PS4 program, right? Like, pretty much a remaster. And then Wild Arms 2, I think, or Wild Arms 1, sorry, I think was just the, you know, this back compat thing that they got going on. Ape Escape I've never played. That'll be a first for me. Tekken 2, cool to see. What else do we got? I could spend a lot of time in there. Okay, so we did the classic games. Let's see what Game Trials is. Okay, so they have a decent amount. Interesting. Okay, so the 4 new ones for this month as in newer games: Cyberpunk's next gen update, WWE, Wonderlands, and Horizon. But then there are even more. Okay, so Elix 2 has one, Hot Wheels. Okay, I kind of like that. I know Xbox is starting to offer a demo program themselves through Game Pass, but it's cool to see that some more underrated titles in here. Crusader Kings 3 doesn't get talked about a lot. Elix 2 was Biomutant's one that I think a lot of people would be curious about. Hot Wheels Unleashed is a pretty solid game from what I've heard. So yeah, this is... OlliOlli World is also really good from what I've heard. So this is a pretty good offering here. And then we got cloud streaming. So this must be the, I'm sure I'll know, but yeah, this must be the PS3. Yeah, there's Azure's Wrath. Okay, so this is the PS3 section of things. Okay. So they repackaged PS Now is what happened here. I can play both. Wow, that's incredible. Well, we'll definitely give this a rip here just to see what it's like on my home internet. It's probably as authentic of a test as you can get, because my home internet's good, but it's not like, you know, God tier. But let's go ahead and what game do I want to pick? This is where the choice paralysis will come in. I guess what's going to have to happen here is I'm going to have to pick something that's... I want to try something fast-paced, and I want to try something a little slower, because I think I'll just... Oh, Dynasty Warrior Strike Force. Man, I love that game. All right, well, let's start off with, I guess, Devil May Cry. That's one game I know we can get into the action. So you just hit stream. Okay, it fires up PlayStation Plus. There's a control center, it seems. A little bit of a wait to start it up. xCloud would never. xCloud would never. Sync your trophies. Okay. Oh, they're really taking their time on this one. I did a little jump cut, but we've been sitting here for a little bit. Okay, there we go. There we go. Not the end of the world. I guess I'm just used to a certain thing. Oh, it's got the PS3, the HUD, the signed in stuff. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay. All right, let's start off with the first game, I guess, right? I haven't played Devil May Cry 1 through 3. I mean, I never finished any of these games. I know. I'm sorry. But I haven't played these games in oh my God, it's the old PS3 HUD. I can't believe it. But I haven't played these games in a hot minute. It's been a while, because I remember playing y'all are going to hate me for this, but I remember playing DMC Devil May Cry on my Xbox 360 and loving it so much. I'm like, I'm gonna go back and play the older ones, and I thought the one from Ninja Theory was so god tier, and I wasn't crazy about the older ones, but we'll see. We'll see how wrong I was. All right, so I'm on wired internet, by the way. So right now, pretty responsive. When the action picks up, of course, will be our real test here. Oh God, I forgot about this, the shifting camera perspective. Okay, we're in some action now. I am bad at this game, by the way, just because I've never played the original DMC. But right now, this is responsive. You know, no lags or anything like that. Okay, hey. If it's like that, that's great. Not ideal. Obviously, I'll always prefer native, but this could be good stuff here if it functions this way, kind of like xCloud, where it's just seamless. I gotta say, also, I kind of want to play this game now. I'm really impressed by like the atmosphere. Oh, we just had our first lag there. I'm kind of impressed by the atmosphere. My biggest complaint right now, and it might be showing up on your end, is things look a little grainy. The image quality is not great. That's the thing I noticed. I know it's an old game, but that's the first thing I've noticed so far, is it doesn't look crisp. It's not trying to render it at a higher quality image. We're gonna try something else though, a little more current, that's not like an HD collection, and see how that works. All right, we're gonna try Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, because I know this game is off the chain right off the bat. And I don't know why you'd be playing the PS3 version. Master Collection came out. It's on Game Pass as well. I also know that the 360 original version is considered better. But just for the sake of, like, let's get a lot of chaos on screen, let's play a game that's action heavy. We're going to do that right now and just see how this works, how responsive it is. Because so far, it's generally been lag-free. It's really just the image quality that's provided an issue. And this is kind of, there we go. That actually started up quicker than the first time around with DMC. So I'm not sure what the big idea is here, but let's dive in. Yeah, right away you can tell the image quality is not excellent. Obviously, we're looking at a PS3 game, but a lot of you know, on Retro Rebound, I play a ton of these older games, and there is a more crisper image quality that would come through. So there's already a sacrifice clearly being made, but if the game works, then that's all that matters. So let's see here. I've been playing Ninja Gaiden 3 a lot on my Xbox Series X, because they added the collection there. So far, so good, which is good to know. This game's so good, by the way. If anyone's not played Ninja Gaiden 2, oh my gosh, especially on like back compat with the OG version. Like, I don't mind Sigma as much as others, but man, this game is one of the GOATs for sure. Okay, so first combat session wasn't bad at all. Again, my internet here at home is not god tier by any stretch of the imagination, so that is definitely a little surprising. But you can, again, see the image quality's been, I would say, severely dumbed down for the streaming. You know, the biggest thing, though, I think for everyone that matters outside of image quality is responsiveness. And so far, like, if I want to counter, like I just did there, that was easily done. There was no problems doing that. It felt like there wasn't like something I had to account for, which is about all you could really ask for streaming. So overall, not bad for Ninja Gaiden 2, which is a pretty action-intensive game. Again, like, counter right there, boom, no problem. So I'm sure there are stretches of each of these games where things will be slowed down, but again, for a game of Ninja Gaiden 2's caliber, I am impressed with that. All right, so obviously the last thing I want to test is the classic games. And I gotta see what Toy Story 2 is all about. I mean, I actually am so excited. You have no idea. That is part of my childhood. I played it on the N64. I didn't play the PS1 version, but it's funny. I just recorded a retro rebound video on all of the Toy Story games, and here we are. Oh, they just didn't upscale anything at all. Okay. Okay. Okay, so they, on my end, because I'm on like a 50-something inch 4K TV, they did not upscale as much as I thought. It is you can see each pixel. Oh, I didn't mean, I hit start just habitually using the button here, but that brings up one of the key features. So you can actually rewind back to certain frames, which is crazy. You can even do it in the starting menu, and you can save whenever. So this is kind of like what Nintendo Switch does, which is awesome, by the way. I love Switch's Nintendo Online feature where you can like effectively create like a little, wait, the gameplay looked really crisp. Hold up. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, this brings back memories. Oh, I mean, Buzz Lightyear, of course, looks, you know, like a freak of nature because, you know, PS1, but wait, they cleaned up the visuals. This is, oh my God, this controls so much better than when I was trying to play this on a PS1, where you know, you just had to use the D-pad, and that was really it. Oh, how far we've come. Yeah, I just did all this. This game is great for those who haven't played it. I highly recommend it as the Toy Story aficionado. You know, these Toy Story games, no one talks about enough. And this controls so well now because of having the DualSense. Obviously, you'll have moments like that where the camera just happens, but just having a analog stick for these sections is so much better. Makes all the platforming. Oh, this is great. And then I think you can, yes. Okay, so this still feels like junk because you have to use your left analog stick to aim and it's inverted, but overall, like, how can you complain? It's Toy Story 2. Oh, this is great. Yeah, for those who haven't played this game, you just explore like parts of the movie, and each part of the game is these kind of big open, I want to say sandbox levels, but they're really open to explore. And it was one of the key reasons I like fell in love with Toy Story, because you just got to see all these things that are brief parts of the movie, like in detail. Like if you go over here, you can go downstairs into Andy's basement, and like there's no loading screens, which is kind of crazy for its time. And then you go all the way down here, like there's a whole other part of the level here with Mr. Potato Head. It's just great, man. It's just great. This is fantastic. So yeah, that's PS Plus Premium and everything it had to offer. Overall, I like it a lot more than I thought I would, but I think my opinion will be a little bit higher than others because the game catalog was very JRPG focused, which is something I'm about. The classic games library is what I'm here for, though, and that's why I don't know if I'll keep Premium. I liked what I saw in the catalog. I didn't really love it, but with the classic games offering, that's where it could really keep me looped in here, because to me, like, finding Toy Story 2 just unlocked a world of possibilities. I'm like, could you find out how to get like Spider-Man Enter Electro onto this? Because I grew up on the Spider-Man N64 and PS1 games. Like, those are some of my favorites of all time. I love those games. So can you figure something out with those? For the PSP offerings, I want to see more. Can you get like Mega Man X Maverick Hunter? That's one of my favorite games of all time. Can you figure that out? So to me, a lot of my hopes and dreams live in there. And I think they just need to build it up over time for me to really come back and be spending the money it costs every month. So overall, I don't know if I'm going to keep Premium, not because it's bad though, but because I want to see it develop more. And also the cloud streaming, it didn't look great. We're recording in 4K. It's going to upscale everything a little bit. It's going to look a little sharper on your end. But what I saw on my larger 4K TV was a very kind of stretched looking image that was then pixelated, which makes sense, right? The PS3 is like outputting at 1080p max, and they're trying to stretch that out while streaming it, but probably downscaling it a little bit so it is streamable. So the image quality you're seeing just isn't up to snuff. It stands out like a sore thumb, even if, though, I was impressed with the fact that the games did play well. That was nice to see. Again, I am playing on wired internet, so that does make a difference. Even if my wired internet isn't fantastic, it does make a pretty big difference. But for me, I just don't know if I'm going to hang around, simply because what I care most about was the classic games. So if they continue to really build those in a meaningful way, not like Nintendo where I'm just seeing games I've never, ever heard of coming out twice a month, it's like, we need better than this. So what I'm hoping for here, with how much PlayStation Plus Premium is charging, that there will be a real strong push on the classic games front that'll keep people like me either coming back or invested. But overall, not a bad starting point here. I actually think in a lot of ways this might be a better starting point than when Game Pass first came around. Game Pass really earned its identity in the last year when you think about it, with day one Game Pass games and really using it as like a platform for discovery. And I think that's where Xbox really has PlayStation beat by a mile in the game catalog. It's not even close. But when I really look at the starting points for both services, you can tell PlayStation did a good job studying things. And I think for a starting level, this is good. This is good, and I could see the future of this being built upon. I'm just curious, again, how game trials impact developers, if at all. I know it's not mandated, so to say, but I do wonder how it's going to impact certain games being developed that are going to have trials in mind. And again, the classic games, they got to go hard on these and find a way to make PS3 games native. You want to talk about getting me as a monthly subscriber? Native PS3 games, it's done. Game over. But otherwise, good starting point here. Looking forward to seeing more about this, and I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Have you played around with the PS Plus Premium? Let me know what you think. I'm looking forward to seeing your thoughts. Thanks so much for bearing with, I guess, a lower visual and audio quality video for something kind of different. I enjoyed doing this, I don't want to call it a Let's Play style, but, live testing. It was really nice to discover things on camera with all of you. So let me know what you're thinking of all this in the comments down below. I'm looking forward to seeing your thoughts. Other than that, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. Those links are in the description down below, along with my Patreon. A big thank you to all the patrons, all the members who continue to support the hell out of the content here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.